Hi, this week's video is about accessing your grow power. We all have grow power. Power to grow, power to change. The human mind is super powerful. I hope that you really recognize how powerful your mind is and how you can talk yourself into or out of anything. It's amazing. Have you ever heard of a placebo pill? It's a trial clinic thing that doctors and clinics use, and they say, oh, this pill, which has absolutely no medication in it, it's a sugar pill or something, and they say, take this for 24 days, 3 times a day, and then you'll be better. And people actually get better. And they get better because they think there's something in that pill that's making them better. Their mind is telling them, I'm going to get better because I'm taking this pill. But that's not really confronting the problem. It's just your mind is almost tricked. Okay, but our God is the kind of God who is confrontational. God will get up all in your face about stuff. He sure will, because he loves you. And listen, that's what real love looks like. Real love does the hard stuff. We have love confused. We think of love as soft and fluffy and kind and always giving in and putting up with, and I love you, oh, I love you. That isn't really love. Love does the hard stuff. And God has made our bodies where, if we're not doing what's healthy for us or good for us, when I say God will get all up in your face, it's the truth. Let's take weight as an example. When you get too heavy, your body starts shutting down. If you get too heavy, your knees start hurting. Your heels start cracking. Your health just starts to decline. And that's because God is confronting you about the problem of being overweight. Same thing with, let's say, breaking the law. You break the law and you become a criminal. You end up in prison. You end up on probation. You end up paying fines. Those are ways that society has put in place to confront you. But God is the one who allows those things to happen so that you have to make a choice. Are you going to continue to believe and respond to things the way you are? Or are you going to do something different? Addiction, perfect example. You keep doing drugs, you ended up in jail, you keep changing to different drugs, and then all of a sudden you overdose. That's your body telling you this is not okay. You got to access your grow power, which is about changing your mind. You can change your mind. You can change your mind and think of things differently. You have the power to do that. We get carried away with all kinds of things, positive and negative. We can get carried away thinking, oh, there's no problems, I have no problems, everything's fine. And then we get in denial where we don't accept the fact that there's a problem. So we can get carried away with the positive. We can get carried away with the negative in the sense that all we do is look at what's wrong with the situation and not really try to look at where it could go or what could be positive about it. So we can get carried away with anything. God's power is, I always say God's in control, but I'm learning to change that, because it's not that God's in control, he's just in charge. In other words, he can make what he wants to happen, but he doesn't. He's given us free will so that we learn to access our mind power, so that we change our minds. And the way we change our minds and access our grow power to be obedient to God is to give God permission to be in charge. He will not exercise his authority over you. He waits for your will to give in to him. So if you really want to access your grow power and do something different this week, give God permission to be in charge of the decisions you're making. And everything in your life will line up in a better way. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you next week. It's important that we have a reason to wake up every day. It's amazing. I've experienced it, and so can you. Take your feelings to Him. He's good. You can do it. It'll make a difference.